good night to you and to all who are viewing. Thank you for viewing. Welcome to Out of the Box Wellness Talk. And tonight we are bringing it very nice to you with some guests in studio, right? So, how are you, Marsha?
I'm good. I'm good. A little tired. My day started at 4, so a little tired. But as usual, I am excited about our topics and excited to always share knowledge for everyone. And we really like this topic here. So
4 a.m.
yes, 4 a.m.
Oh my! I sure I sleep more than 4 hours after that. Well, nah, it wasn't so long. I think I got up about after 6. Yeah, I think I
Have
got up
said
after
well.
6 today.
Well,
Yes,
when
but
you get up at that hour after 3, 4 o'clock, and you make one blink, that's it. It's gonna be 8 after 8, 9, and thing. But in order for me to remember, it's three of them online. Sometimes, most times two. So in order for me to kind of prep myself, breakfast online, housework, I just have to get up at that time at 4.
okay. Well, I actually
But it's been
went back.
nice. It's quiet.
Yeah, I actually went back and sleep at a point in time too. Right. So,
Yeah, so by 9 o'clock I yawning.
viewers, we are having Jamali with us tonight, and Jamali will be speaking about pure coconut oil that he is supplying, and he will tell you all his details. And also, we are hoping to have Vanessa with us to speak about overcoming diabetes, right? So we are trusting that Vanessa will join us. Jamali is already in studio, and
Hi,
Vanessa is
Josh.
here. Good night, Josh. Greetings to you. Thanks for being
He's
the
so
top
supportive.
supporter,
Yeah.
one of the number one supporters in the house, Josh, right? And Trini Angel, good night, another big supporter. Thank
Good
you for
night,
tuning in.
Angel.
And we know that you all will share the live as well, right? So again, we have Jamali and Vanessa on with us tonight, and I will hand you all over to Marsha this time.
All right, thanks, Daniel. Well, last week the topic would have been lifestyle diseases, and well, we just named a few, which were diabetes, I believe, stroke, and heart attack. So we would have spoken about what would have caused or some of the symptoms that would have you would have seen how to say to prevent heart attack. So we know the signs, we know the signals, we know what to do not to have like to prevent a heart attack. And I don't think we really touched on during a heart attack because I would think there are emergency personnel in place for that. And even after a heart attack, we would have spoken about recovery. So today, I just want to kind of bring in, let's say, a part 2 to that. We could go into a part 3, a part 4 if you all request it, of course. So I really want to touch on how to say healthy ways in which we can prevent all these lifestyle diseases from happening. Share some light on exercises you can do, things you can eat, things you can eat, healthy stuff that will, eventually help you live a very healthy and wealthy life. When I mean wealthy, I mean your health is your wealth, like that. Healthy and wealthy life, right? So this is part 2 of lifestyle diseases and its prevention. It's preventions, heart attack, stroke, diabetes, and whatever else. Um, Someone asked how to stop your heart from racing. Um, well, this is my opinion based on experience. I had anxiety for quite some time, and what helped me initially were high frequency words like love, peace, happiness, togetherness, anything, and you don't need to really think about it too much. Anything that would come to mind, you also take. You could start at three deep breaths in, three deep, and let it out 3 times. Practice your breathing. There are breathing exercises you can find on YouTube as well. And also there are meditation music. Like if you just type it on, It will clear the negativity or clear any sort of negative energy around you, which will only leave you with positive things. So, and I mean, there are other therapy like I would say go for a walk. I would say rest. I would say rest your eyes. I would say think three positive things that you love about yourself. All that should help to slow down the heart, the racing of the heart. I hope that helps. There are other things I'm gonna share tonight that may help help at that at the moment, or even self say anxiety attack that comes on. There are also certain veggies and fruits that you can eat that will decrease that as well if it's something that continuously happens. Right. So 7 healthy habits to practice to have a healthy lifestyle. These things are very, very easy, people. It seems very hard. It seems very far fetched only because we were not taught to do these things. It is not part of our programming, right? So, little by little, if you take the initiative and try to do these things or practice these things at least once a week, twice a week, it may go to 3 times a week, and you know, little, day by day, it will stick with consistency. Consistency is key. So once you do it and you continuously do it, you will most definitely 110% get results, positive results. So we hydrate ourselves. Water is absolutely essential for a healthy body. So the number one thing, any issues, not even as bad as heart, any issue, even the racing of the heart, you can slowly drink a glass of water, not cold water, room temperature water. Slowly drink a glass of water. That in itself will replenish you. Eat lean protein. You know, you make sure we spoke about the food pyramid. So, like I said, do your research, find out what fruit or veggie works for you, and you stick with it. You don't have to go and buy $100 worth in fruits and veggies. There are local fruits all around that is quite reasonable and much more nutritious for you. There are bananas. You can get bananas all over the place, all different type of bananas in Trinidad. Um, Oranges, I saw Portugal, there's pawpaw. Every other house may have a pawpaw tree, I guess. Well, around where I live, I would say. So there are foods that are accessible and you don't need a pong and a crown. There are also herbs you can draw meaning like boil and drink, that would give you all the vitamins and minerals that you need. So you don't need to go out there and spend a lot of money. I also make herbal supplements. I make papoy, karaili, neem, pan, moringa, seed under the leaf, all those things. So there are many avenues, many platforms in which you can try to intake healthy stuff for your mind, body, and soul. Sleep is very, very essential. I think we're supposed to have about at least 5 to 8 hours sleep. Sometimes I used to get like 4. Sometimes I used to get like 2 because having 3 kids, you know, have you quite busy. So sometimes I don't have. I never used to get sufficiency, but I do now. Anytime I find myself feeling a bit tired, I just, as long as it's nothing like emergency, I stop what I'm doing and I just lay down. I don't need to really close my eyes. I just need to lay down, rest my phone down, most importantly, and just relax, because at times we have so many things within our minds that we need to just shut it off a little while and allow it to safely reboot. So, you know, some of that negativity can be cleared out so positive stuff can come in. So, rest is very, very important. Now, these things seem simple, but you would go to the doctor's office with some kind of heart condition or some kind of issue, and the first thing they're going to tell you is you need rest. The first thing they're going to tell you is that you need to exercise or drink lots of water, right? So, anywhere you go, they're going to tell you the same thing over and over and over, but people don't understand the importance of it. You drink water, you rest, you exercise. Start off with those 3 things, and everything else will fall into place. Find an outlet, meaning that everybody goes through stress, everybody experiences stress at some point, right? So you find an outlet. Now, I'm not saying go to a bar and sit down and drink. I am not saying that. You might have someone to talk to. You might have a talent of drawing. You might have a talent of writing poetry. I write a lot, right? Well, something positive, and I mean like okay, like kickboxing. You can do kickboxing. I'm not saying you need to go and join a school. If you could afford it, go ahead. But if you can't, especially within this COVID time, do something for yourself. Practice. Oh, everything is available on YouTube and Google. It's just laziness if people don't do it. Even myself was lazy at some point, not being able to do it. But now I understand how to help myself, and I try my best to. So you can Google it and see, moves in kickboxing, moves in Tai Chi, moves in anything, and there will be moves in yoga, and all that is exercise, little by little. Um, Even if you like painting, you may not be good at it, but by painting, say you are frustrated, you just take up a pen. Okay, you don't have colors, right? I just don't want people to feel that if they can't afford to do this or they can't afford to do that, you know, um, say your stress level going to build up. No, there are simple, easy, free ways to relieve stress, right? And if you want, you could always message Daniel. You can message myself if any one of you, feel a bit stressed and need someone to talk to or need some sort of advice how to get out of a situation. I would most definitely be there to help. I am certain there are other people within the wellness group on Facebook that would be able to help as well. So find an outlet. I'm not saying meet someone, tell them all your business. We know how everyone is, right? But or go to yourself, stand up in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. We are our own best friends, right? So find an outlet, any outlet. Some form of expression will work. Prayer is a good outlet as well. Close your eyes, talk to God. Let that be your diary. Let that be your go-to, because that was mine at some point. Close your eyes, go somewhere quiet and talk to the Lord and just pour your heart out, and that is an outlet as well. Find or have a purpose. Every one of us has a purpose, right? Yesterday we were talking about something which was everybody wants to be a doctor, everybody wants to be a lawyer or some kind of public figure because of the salary. No one wants to be pump attendant, no one wants to be a garbage collector, but yet we need people to do these things. So we are being trained to kind of sit in a mold, everybody do the same thing. But think about it, all of us cannot be doctors. Who are we going to treat? Who are going to be the patients? All of us cannot be lawyers. Who are we going to defend? So there are other positions available in life, and it's just ambition that is going to determine whether you fail at it, whether you do really really well. And also, pride is another thing. Pride needs to be tucked away really really far in order for you to be a successful person. And when I mean a successful person, I do not mean you have 10 cars and 3 houses, 4 wives. That's not success to me. Success for me is being able to stand up and say, I built this myself. I struggled, I sacrificed, I had long nights, I had long days, and yet here I am, and I'm still willing to try. That is success for me. Being able to overcome those things and but accept it as you, not like you do something wrong or you do something, how to say, out of the mold, and that hangs over your head. No, whatever happens, happen. You find your purpose and you stick with it. Whatever your purpose may be, no one has the power to judge you but God, right? So you, whatever purpose you have, you find it and follow it with a passion, and it will lead you in places we would never expect or imagine before. Talking from experience, of course. Walk for 30 minutes every day. Now, they did not say run. They did not say go to the gym, pay a heavy fee. They said walk for 30 minutes. You have a small area, start to walk up and down like go up and down. You have an even smaller area, walk in circles. Now, I'm not saying walk in circles to feel dizzy. What I'm saying is make use of what you have, and then God will always provide a better way. You might have a small space to walk today, but you would have a bigger space to walk tomorrow, and so it goes. According to a study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, practicing a healthy lifestyle makes your risk of premature 66% less likely from cancer, 65% less likely from cardiovascular disease, and 57 less likely from other causes. And this is simply by eating a healthy diet, exercising, and having a proper amount of water. Now, I'm not saying if you do these 3 things, you're not ever going to get sick. You're not ever going to might have to visit a doctor. You're not ever going to get a I am not saying that. I'm just saying it decreases it, the risk of having these things tremendously, more than 50%. And I mean, your health is your wealth, like I said. So you would want to take care of yourself, right? Um, Working out and eating right are a powerful duo, right? When it comes to longevity of health, because it helps the body prevent diseases. So this thing called COVID-19, it is a disease, it is a flu, it is a nuisance, it is a menace, right? It has humanity dropping right now, left, right, and center, right? And if we can prevent us from getting, this virus, or even if we can't prevent it, if we can fight it, will our bodies and antibodies not be even stronger to fight any other virus that comes around? Yes, it will. So don't be fearful of it. Build your immune system so you have 100% in your mind, knowing that even if you did that, this is my mentality. Even if I do get it, and or if I did get it or whatever, I'm going to fight it because it is a flu. I eat okay. I am not a best eater. I mean, I do eat much fast food. I eat a lot of home cooked food. I try to intake a lot of veggies. Well, I take my own tablets. I take moringa. I take neem. I take pan. I drink singanatil. I drink coconut water. I drink seed under the leaf. I drink anything that I feel I have any pain anywhere or whatever. I just drink things accordingly, right? So there is something that will work with everybody. Um, because all of us want to live a long life. Nobody wants to end up in the hospital. Nobody wants to be sick. Nobody wants to be dependent on anybody, right? Everybody wants a long, healthy life. And just eating healthier, right? I'm not saying eat veggies alone and sit down, eat alone. Exercise and drinking lots of water, that in itself will decrease. Forget about anything else. Just those three things. Try doing those three things alone, and it will decrease your chances of getting lifestyle diseases, and you will naturally be healthier as well. So, a healthy diet, exercise, drinking water, all these good lifestyle habits. Also, like I was saying, builds your immune system. It reduces the stress level in your body because stress level is built on negative frequencies and vibrations. So when you contact it with these positive things, it will reduce the stress level, right? It optimizes performance. It's like it increases your energy. So if it is you get up feeling kind of blah, kind of like where you're tired of feeling draggy. Don't go look to drink an energy drink, right? But yeah, well, some people like their Red Bull and they like their Monster. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but what I'm saying, when you feel a little blah and low, go boil some moringa, go boil some pan. Pan is anti-aging, start to work on your skin. You don't want to look wrinkly. I take pan, and I find it is work wonders. It's have your skin really smooth, nice. I put that in my soaps and everything. And there are so many things where you can learn to make your own soaps. You can learn to do your things for yourself, where you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You're gonna be healthier. Your skin gonna look more nourished. So I mean, there is nothing negative from using all natural products. Really, there is nothing. It maintain healthy weight or lose it. Like I remember, well, I like my size right now, but I remember that I had a little more weight on me before, and as soon as I started to exercise a little more and incorporate a little more green, eventually the pounds started to shred, and everything started to tone up, and then I kind of started to be a little more happy. So I started to do it a little more, and so it went on. I increased something else. I say every time I pass by the pipe, I drink a glass of water. I don't really drink bottled water. Well, I mean, everything started little bit. I started with the green, then I started with the water, I started with the exercise, I started with the affirmations, and then I went to worshiping, constant state of worshiping, and everything just falls into place easy. It is not hard. You just have to want it for yourself. I could want it for you. Daniel could want it for you, but you need to want it for yourself in order for it to be effective. Improves brain health and mood. We spoke about all these chemicals, dopamine, and that kind of thing. So when those are high frequency, water, exercising, and proper nutrients, those things are high frequency. So when you incorporate that in your body, you're gonna have a better mood. You're gonna be in a good mood. Well, I wouldn't say I'm always in a good mood, right? But Most times I tend to be in a good mood because even if I'm in a bad mood, I don't think I have to do with anybody else. So, so if I wrong anybody, I'm still going to be in a good mood, right? Because good mood brings good things, and good things come from God, right? So we kind of stick with that. Healthy gut and organs, right? So doesn't want healthy organs. I want healthy organs. At a point when I was younger, I used to drink heavy alcohol, smoke heavy. That was the thing to do long ago. 17, 18 years, we pumping hard, right? Not again, huh? Not again. The knee and thing used to crack up, the back crack up, you sit down here and crooks, 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 like that. After one time is the next. But we need healthy organs. If we have healthy organs on the inside, our body is going to flourish and look beautiful on the outside. So, how do lifestyle choices increase chances for cancer? So, we're going to just talk a little bit about when you have bad lifestyle choices, how it can increase the risk of cancer. The World Cancer Research Fund says at least 18% of cancers in the United States are related to preventable risk factors, including obesity, lack of exercise, poor nutrition, and drinking alcohol. Now, I personally have nothing against alcohol, or I don't have anything against people who drink alcohol. I love everybody. But everything is in moderation. And when you start to abuse anything, alcohol especially, because of what it does to the organs and long term can cause serious, serious damage to the body as well. Right? So, how do lifestyle choices contribute to cardiovascular diseases? Making healthy lifestyle choices can reduce your risk of high blood pressure, heart attack, and stroke. In a study of 55,000 people, those who made healthy lifestyle choices, such as avoiding smoking, eating healthy, and exercising, lowered their heart disease risk by 50%. The same three things. It might seem boring, people, it might not be exciting, but the work it is going to do for your organs, well, I mean, that's it. That's all you want. You want your organs to be healthy. Your organs healthy, you have better blood flow in the brain. Better blood flow in the brain means a better mood, better movement, more energy, right? So exercise, eat good food, and drink lots of water. So we're gonna touch a little bit on organ care, right? Because within this COVID time, well, I mean, hearing people die, most times it is lung failure, right? So I would think you would want to replenish your lungs. You would like your lungs to be healthy, right? So these are some of the things you need to do to have a healthy lung. So in the event you do get COVID or any other type of disease, you are able to help yourself through it by breathing properly, and your lungs is going to be a little healthy, so it's not going to phase you as much. You're going to fight it and get past that. So in order to help have a healthy lung, you need to keep your lungs healthy, do the following. You need to stop smoking and avoid secondhand smoke. That's one. Eat foods rich in antioxidants. Now, this is simple. You Google or YouTube foods rich in antioxidants. You will see a list of fruits and veggies that are high in antioxidants. And guess what? You try to incorporate it with your everyday diet, and that's it, right? Exercise more frequently, which can help your lungs function better. So, exercise again, simple, simple things. Do stretches. You can't do stretches, do yoga. You can't move about too much. There are certain, they say, certain poses you can make with your hands that will increase blood flow to your heart as well. You could Google that. I'm just saying, if you are not mobile and you can't do these certain types of exercise, and there are breathing exercise, and that is excellent for your lungs. And there are certain, like I say, positions you make with your hand that it takes pressure off the heart or takes pressure off certain organs. So you could Google that as well. So you're not restricted, even if you think you are restricted physically. As long as you have it here and spiritually, you could still try and you could still fight. Um, Improve indoor and outdoor air or oxygen quality, right? So today I was also talking about a tree stump and our thumbprint. Like, I don't think you could see it, but you see the little kind of circular fashion there is. It's the same exact thing Like if you chop a tree and you watch the impression of it, it's the same exact thing. A placenta and our lungs looks exactly the same, right? The veins on our hands and the leaves, if you look closely, it's almost the same. So we need trees because trees give us oxygen, and we, in exchange for the carbon dioxide and everything. All of us would have done that at some point in school or would have heard it somehow, right? So we need a lot of oxygen. If we have a lot of oxygen, we have more flow, we have more everything, we have more good chemicals popping up, we have more bad chemicals decreasing. So having high oxygen level is very, very good. So there are plants as well. Well, this is more Daniel's category. There are plants as well that can contribute to, I don't want to say excessive oxygen levels, but more oxygen levels, right? The snake plant, I believe, I could be wrong with the percentage, but I believe it cleans the air, and I think it gives you about 15% more oxygen within a house. So that's why something that's a nice house plant. Right now, looking for a nice spot to put one. And another is aloes. It cleans the air as well, and also it's a high frequency plant together with the snake plant, and it increases the oxygen. I believe by, is it 25%, and the bamboo. Well, Chinese bamboo, any type of bamboo. The reason why they go inside like a bamboo area, like bamboo cathedral or whatever, the breeze is always really, really, really crisp because there's a lot of oxygen. So you walk through anywhere with bamboo, you'll feel nice and refreshed. Like inhale, exhale, all of that nice, nice, good stuff. And I believe that increases it by 35, between 35 to 45%. So if you have these plants in your house and you sit down reading or you sit down watching TV, you are not, even if you have the AC on and closed up, your air is still, the quality of air is still being clean, and the amount of oxygen within your atmosphere is very, very good for you to fight off diseases as well. So you could probably research plants that help clean the air and produce more oxygen, and you could have these plants, and they are also very low maintenance plants. Snake plants, you don't even have to interfere with them. No grass really grows around them either. Aloes, that's a common thing. And there are other hardleaf plants that contribute to cleaning the air and produce more oxygen as well. But like I say, you can research and find out. So some ways to improve oxygen levels. Some air, open windows, like inside and outside, just to get the fresh breeze, right? Especially when it is people, we have to wear these masks most of the time, right? So anytime you get an opportunity to breathe fresh breeze, take a 10 minutes, take a 15 minutes, and do your breathing exercises. Breathing exercises simply breathing in, breathing out. You do that about 3 times. You take a rest, you do it a few more times, you take a rest, and that in itself strengthens your lungs. Very simple. Um, Something as simple as opening the windows or going for short walks. So, like I was telling you, 30-minute walk a day, even 15 minutes, it's very, very good for your lungs. And also, it will help with the oxygen level in your body as well. So it increases the amount of oxygen that your body brings, in which it increases overall blood oxygen level, which is good for a healthy body and healthy heart. It also has benefits like improved digestion and more energy. So, all right. Well, we covered what we could do to increase our oxygen level, right? So now we're gonna see what are the symptoms of a weak lung, because not everybody is going to have the funds to go by the doctor and check this. Not everybody is going to know to self-diagnose themselves. So this is just some ways in which you could tell if you are experiencing having a bad lungs or an unhealthy lung, right? You'll be having trouble breathing, shortness of breath, feeling like you're not getting enough air. That happens as well with anxiety. Your air is restricted as well. Decreased ability to exercise. Um, if you make one stretch, two stretch, you're out of breath. You walk up 2 flights of stairs, you're out of breath. I'm not saying you have a bad lung. I'm saying you need to go to the doctor and check and make sure that your organs are functioning the way it needs to function. Because we are strong. We are strong. We were born healthy and everything. And it would have just been the programs and the lifestyle that we chose or was given to us that would have our organs in the stress by, stress and worry and all this kind of, like I say, unhealthiness and stuff, right? So your ability to exercise might be decreased as well. A cough that won't go away. To have something like a smoker's cough and it doesn't go away for no reason. You just be coughing, 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 coughing. What helps with that as well is olive oil. You can have like a teaspoon, yeah, a teaspoon of olive oil, maybe twice a week, 3 times a week, and it helps get the tar away from your stomach, right? Well, not away from your stomach, but it melts the tar if you are a smoker. So that helps as well. Coughing up blood or mucus. Well, that's an intense. I would think the trouble breathing and thing would have come first, and then the coughing up blood or mucus. I mean, that is a serious thing. If it is you think you're coughing up blood, go to the doctor one time. Pain or discomfort when breathing in and out. Anytime you find you inhale and you get any kind of chest pain, that means it is hard for you to breathe. And if it's hard for you to breathe and you don't know why, like I said, that's a serious thing. Go to the doctor. Don't try to question it. If you can't go to a private doctor, go to the health facilities. They are available Monday to Friday. If not, there is a hospital available Friday to Sunday. Don't sit down there and think it's something small, especially when it comes to breathing, because if we can't breathe, we die. That's how simple it is. If our lungs is responsible for us, bringing in oxygen and everything, we need to keep it as healthy as we can. Pain or discomfort, right? So any kind of pain is not good. Any kind of discomfort is not good. See your doctor. So, like I was telling about the plants for lungs, for better, healthy lungs. The snake plant, like I told you, aloes, ferns. I'll do some more research on the ferns because I didn't really see that before, but they said ferns. The bamboo plants, whether it be Chinese bamboo or regular bamboo, peace lily, um, and spider plant. I'm not sure what is the spider plant, but I'll probably research that as well. If anyone knows of the spider plant, you can probably post it on our wellness group on Facebook, so I'll have an idea of what it is. So turmeric is a good agent to remove mucus as well from the airway. Thyme is also good for respiratory infections. And ginger help remove excess mucus and stimulates removal of its buildup. So there are certain combinations we can put together that will help us have our lung healthy. There are certain combinations you can put together to help our pancreas to be healthier, our heart, our kidney. There are lots of things we can do to improve our health day by day. Coconut oil is also something that I use even within my products. If I could probably oil my skin with coconut oil all the time, I probably would do it because it smells like sugar cake. One, it feels really, really nice on your skin. And another use I have heard that coconut oil is good for is varicose veins. I don't have varicose veins, but I heard that it is very painful at times. So a friend of mine said that they took the coconut oil in this finger, right, and just massage the spot every day or every other day, and the vein itself, the size of the vein started to reduce. I mean, I saw it as well compared to how it was. So coconut, and even like if your head is hurting you, I remember coconut oil. I would put in my head. No, you're not gonna go outside in the hot sun and soak your head with coconut oil. That's madman thing, right? But what I'm saying, if your head is hot, you put a little bit of coconut oil in your head, and for me that works. I'm not saying for everybody, but for me that works. And I remember I have 3 kids, and I would remember that when they were smaller, Daniel, you have kids as well. They would be oiled with coconut oil, and I would put them fast to sleep because it's amazing for the skin. It's all natural. It's accessible. I see my sister can make that as well, and it smells really, 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 really good. I find it smell like sugar cake. Sugar cake, yeah. It smells like sugar cake. So we have all natural things available. If you can't purchase it, find out about it. Ask somebody, it's like I always keep saying, the same way people can ask somebody their business, ask what's going on with she, what's going on with he, ask somebody something. Hey, we're good to clean your lungs. I would recommend pan. Pan is a kind of overall bitter leaf, you call it as well, or the anti-diabetic plant as well. That I remember my aunt had sugar someday. Well, she's diabetic, and it was 200, and she took two of the capsules as make pan capsules, and it reduced it by it went down to 143 in less than 10 minutes, right? So you could even draw a pan leaf for yourself, 5 to 7 leaves with one stick of cinnamon, right? Probably to make like probably a gelita water or a regular size jug of water. And you take a shot, not a whole lot, like a little shot glass, right? You take a shot every day. It's quite bitter, but I have heard bitter is better. And it honestly reduces the sugar levels in your blood, which melts the fat. And I mean, it helps with weight loss. It has anti-aging properties. I tell you, I use that all the time. I use it all the time, and it also sends down your cholesterol, and it is supportive of all round heart repair and care, right? So now it's 6:39. That's what I have for you today on maintaining a healthy lifestyle and avoiding or preventing lifestyle diseases. um, we have two guests, so I'm going to leave room for them. Danielle, I know we have Jamali and Vanessa. We have them here tonight. Um, I'm not seeing Danielle as yet. So, like I was saying, being healthy, it is not. Let me look at it as a new style, right? It always have a new style outside, right? A new style to comb your hair, a new style of jeans, a new style of tops. There's always a new style. Let preserving our health and replenishing our organs and how to say preserving our mind as well. Let that be the new style. Let us want to take care of ourselves. Let that be the new style. Let us want to eat better. Let us want to take care of our people. When I mean our people, I'm talking about everybody. I'm not saying go out there and do no crazies. I'm just saying that should be our mentality. That should be our new style. If we could continue this conversation next week as well and have a part 3 where we can include more lifestyle diseases, or if anyone tonight has any suggestion, you could text it and we could see what topics are available for next week. I'm not sure if we'll be having any guests next week, but we like to interact with our viewers and find out, what you all think we should be talking about. Like, I think I like the topic of depression and anxiety and stress, and we covered stress already. But the reason why I like that topic is because that is everyday topics. I like the topic of pride and ego and stuff because that is everyday challenges. I like the topic of suppressing feelings because that is what people do on a daily basis. They suppress their feelings in order to make other people comfortable. Now, people would say, what does this have to do with your health? But if you are doing things to yourself that is not making you happy, you are starting a war within yourself. But we cannot see what is going on inside. So that's why our eyes are projection. So things that happen around us and situations that happen around us will challenge us to make the right decision. And if we don't make the right decision, guess what? Another situation is going to happen. It may not be with the same people, it'll be another situation, and then you're going to have another and another and another. And all is to tell you, take care of yourself. Your health is your wealth. And like I said, there are so many avenues now. I joined a yoga club or crew or group or whatever. I joined it just last week. I'm so excited about that. I want to do a Reiki class. I want to do different things because why not want to experience different things? Why not want to do different? I never experienced fishing. I like good day, doll, Shariza. Hi, good night. I hope you all are enjoying the program. Like I say, you all could text and say what topic you like me to discuss next week. I like choosing topics, but I would prefer to hear, what you all have to say because at the end of the day, it's knowledge that we are sharing with you. And I mean, I love talking about these things because it's not something that we talk about every day. people, I see people when they get strokes and stuff, half of them mobile, half not. Now, what you're going to do after that? You become dependent on someone else. And when you become dependent on someone else, you start to feel that type of way, like I am indebted to this person, I have to give this person everything, like that now. So if you exercise the way you are supposed to exercise, which is stretch your body, movement, any kind of movement, trigger some kind of adrenaline, let your heart pump, do anything for your heart to pump. Um, Walk up the hill, sing a song, do 5 jumping jacks, do some ropes, go tickle a child, not people children and not like random children. Go tickle somebody, random child. I just mean I do that with my kids and my nephews and nieces and them all the time. Watch a comedy. You feel a little down, go watch a comedy. You might think that can't help your situation, but trust me, it's going to take your mind off of what you're dealing with, and then you're gonna be in a little more, loosen up frame of mind, and then you're going to allow good things to come into the atmosphere. Because when it is you're a little stiffy and a little grumpy and a little negative, there is an automatic block that you are blocking yourself from your blessings, right? And if you are not being best, you are what? you know so let that be the new style, self-discovery, self-love, self-appreciation as well. And one thing I have seen, and I find that to be a little common. When I mean common, I don't mean like a lot of people have that. I just mean common within my circle. um Jaundice and lungs problem, where their eyes are yellow and stuff. And I had a few customers with that same problem with their.
Hello.
Hi, good night.
Oh, finally, I get it. I was getting
Good
some
night, good
trouble.
night, good night.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
What happened was I went into the this link you sent me. I went into the restream settings and I saw that only a few browsers allow um this particular site to work. So I had to download Firefox and that's how I'm in now.
Oh, well,
Oh,
excellent. We're glad to have you
Because
here tonight.
yeah. Oh, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be. My name is Jamali Bisnat, as you all know.
Right. Well,
yes, yes.
you could share what you do, Jamal. You could introduce yourself to everyone and share what you do and what you make and everything.
Yes, yeah, sure. Good night, everyone. My name is Jamali Bisnat. Some of you might know the last name Bisnat, but I originally do right now. I'm into herbology and naturopathy, and I believe the natural way is a good way to go because of the amount of things that's happening in the world these days. And I'm happy to see the world that it's going back in a more natural state as it is. People more leaning towards the herbal side of stuff and doing different things where to make their lives better, closest way to home as possible, meaning natural. I make coconut oil. This is my coconut oil here, as you all can see, and this is what I do. And tonight we'll be speaking about some of the benefits that coconut oil has, and probably the coconut itself as well. Not that I know much about that, but the coconut oil is made from pressing the what they call copra of the coconut. Marsha, you could hear me, yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Just the sound sounded a bit faded, so I just wanted to make sure you all were hearing me. And one of my favorite uses of coconut oil is something called oil pulling. That's where you take like 2 teaspoons of the coconut oil and you put it in your mouth and you use that as a mouthwash instead. But that is a bit of a longer process where the process lasts like 20 minutes to half an hour. You have to keep swishing that around. It takes a long toll on the mouth, but I guess it's good for the jaw muscles as well. And the coconut oil, because of its moisturizing, cleansing properties, it pulls the toxin out, um, and it helps detoxifies the salivary glands as well. And
I
it
did
helps
not know that.
prevent, yeah, it helps prevents a lot of bacteria in the mouth. And the lactic acid after we eat, lactic acid is what promotes tooth decay. which is where the plaque starts building up. So the foods and the sugars and everything that we eat turns into lactic acid in the mouth. And the coconut oil, after doing the oil pulling, after a couple of times you would realize, because I don't use toothpaste anymore, I use coconut oil and charcoal to brush my teeth.
Wow.
Right, and that help keeps the lactic acid at bay. So it keeps the tooth decay from speeding up. It keeps that at bay as well.
Well, you buy me with that, right? I want to try that because I always wanted an alternative than toothpaste.
Yeah,
And
coconut oil is a very good alternative.
charcoal is a
Yeah, I use the same after I finish making my coconut oil, I keep the husks and the shell and I burn it to soot and I make charcoal from that.
wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I use the charcoal and I use the coconut oil, brush my teeth, and if I feel to do some oil pulling, I try to do it like 3 times for the week. And it works really, really nicely.
Mm.
Your teeth stay fresher for longer. There's a nice sheen to your teeth. You would find that brushing with toothpaste, you would find there's a shorter space of time where you would get plaque on your teeth. But with the coconut oil, it lasts almost the whole day and probably the night sometimes.
Wow. Because dental work is quite expensive. I just listened because I went to the dentist up till today.
Yeah.
So I would really like to try. I had tried I think it's clove oil, coconut oil, and turmeric for as a
Right.
teeth whitener. But the clove oil in it itself was kind of real hard to have going around in the mouth now.
Well, what you could do when you buy clove oil, you coconut oil is one of those oil they use as a carrier oil for essential oil for extra for like products, right? Because if you put the essential oil in the products as is, you would find that some people might get an allergic reaction or irritation to something so very natural, right? So what they do is they mix a certain amount of coconut oil with that essential oil and then they add it to the product. So when you pass it on your skin, yes, you would get the scent, but clove oil is something very strong and that burns.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
what you do, you dilute the clove oil,
Okay.
and if you want
Well,
to
I'll
make
try.
like a little paste for your teeth, if you could get your hands on some myrrh, the herb,
Mm-hmm.
and you grind that to a dust, and you mix that with your coconut oil and your clove oil, that works really really well.
So, but I have a liner toothpaste soon.
Frank and myrrh, those two things are very very antimicrobial, antibacterial.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah. How can I view this stream from Facebook where I can see the comments as well? Oh, okay, I'm now seeing it. Okay, good. On the app, yeah, I'm seeing it. It's also used for Alzheimer's as well. There are studies on it that it works for Alzheimer's. It may help with Alzheimer's in certain cases. Alzheimer's is where the brain starts getting a bit dehydrated. If you look at a brain that has Alzheimer's, you would see it looks kind of shriveled up, right? And the coconut oil, in ingesting the coconut oil, you would find that your body don't have to really digest the coconut oil per se because coconut oil is made from something called medium chain triglycerides, MCTs, or you would see in the pharmacy or certain stores, you would see a bottle mark MCT oil, right? And those oils are that's fatty acids. They call fatty acids for those who are more familiar with that term versus medium chain triglycerides. And your your body, there's long chain triglycerides, medium chain, short chain, and your body don't have to digest medium chain and short chain because fatty acids come with the triglyceride is three carbons and a glycerin at the end if you look at it on a molecular level. And with that, the body don't have to break that down anymore because the body breaks down the long chain triglycerides into medium chain and short chain in order for the body to access it properly. And in doing that as well, your body produce ketones. Some ketones is something where your liver creates the ketones, and that helps with people who on these ketogenic diets
Yeah.
that help to lose weight and these things. They use the MCT oil for that purpose because it's strictly medium chain triglyceride, and coconut oil is one of the highest oils containing medium chain triglycerides, where other oils like olive oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, these are more on the saturated side, saturated fatty acids. Although coconut has a high level of saturated fatty acids as well, which sounds bad to the ear, but after you look it up, you would realize that the saturated fatty acids help lowers something called high density lipoprotein. That coconut contains that the saturated fatty acids helps with that, and that is actually what helps. That high density lipoprotein helps lower something called LDL, which is low density lipoprotein in the body. The LDL, that low one, is what causes the fatty buildup in the body, in the arteries and the veins, and causes heart problems.
That's like plaque, like
Like
anybody,
plaque.
right? You build up,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Like plaque. Like when people develop atherosclerosis or arteriosclerosis, that kind of stuff.
So I have a question.
Sure.
What are the benefits of coconut oil for hair?
For hair, okay. Well, your hair, as you know it, is made up of keratin, which is layers and layers of, well, dead cells in essence, right? And your hair goes through three phases, with phases in between, but to simplify, the anaphase, the catagen phase, and the telophase stages. Those are the three main phases that your hair goes through. And when people want to do like increasing the length of the hair or the thickness of the hair, or even to keep the hair moisturized, you have to look for oils that would penetrate the hair on a molecular level, because your hair is, you have to go under a microscope to see how your hair is. And if you look at your hair follicle, the keratin is shaped like this. So it's this on top of a layer of it going down, going down, going down until you reach the end of your hair. And people do steams and these kind of things that helps open up the keratin and the keratin cells and the hair follicle. It softens the scalp, it opens the pores on the scalp, and then when you apply your products, that's where you get the hair growth from. Because sometimes people go bald a lot of times, not just from inheritance through family bloodlines and that kind of stuff, but there's on the scalp, on the inside, on the skull, there's a lot of mucus as well between the barrier of the subcutaneous layer, which is where your blood flow goes to the top of your skull into the hair follicle. So you want to keep that nourishment going, and coconut oil helps with that a lot because of the medium chain triglycerides and the smaller compounds in it. Coconut oil is one of those oils that penetrates the hair follicle.
So it's able to replenish the hair quicker.
Yes, it's able to replenish the hair quicker than a lot of oil. Okay, so grapeseed oil is one of those oils that um, penetrates the hair as well. But what you find, a percentage of the grapeseed oil as well as the coconut oil would tend to stay on the hair, which is what helps give the hair that natural sheen and the ability to not tangle up that much versus grease and creams and whatever else people put in their hair.
Right.
So
Excellent. Nice.
that's how that works.
Yeah. Well, you sure shared a lot of knowledge on that because I knew coconut oil is good for a number of things, but
Can you
hearing
say
you
that
actually
over? I
say,
didn't. Your voice kind of crack a little over the camera.
yeah. I said that I know that coconut oil in itself being a natural, a natural source of let's say nourishment for the entire human body. I do know that, but
Yes.
having you explain it a bit more on what it does for the teeth and the hair, I think that this is a type of knowledge that people would definitely need because coconut. I mean, we live in a tropical place. Coconuts are all around, and people really don't know the benefits like how
Yeah.
you have explained because and I mean I think coconut oil not that hard to make. I mean you would be making it in a better now. You know how to do that. But I'm just saying, like, the older folks
Yes.
know how to make coconut oil. That's what I mean. That's that tradition that
Yes,
is not
definitely it's a
passed in
tradition.
anymore from from mom and granddad and that kind of thing. So it's nice to hear it from a younger person. That's what I meant. Yeah. It's nice to
Yes.
hear that, you did the work and and you practice and it looks really nice. I was supposed to get my oil, but I have been so busy. I'm so sorry I did not get to collect it. But you
That's not
don't
a
live that
problem,
far, so
obviously.
God willing, soon I will get my my own bottle and try it. I want to try that on the charcoal for my teeth because I have raw
Yeah.
charcoal.
Yeah, that's it works really, really well. That
Right.
after you finish brushing your teeth, you'll be like, what? My teeth have
That's,
you would love your mouth after because your mouth will you'll feel like, but wait, now toothpaste never cleaned my mouth this clean before.
I always wanted an alternative, but obviously you don't want bad breath and you don't want build up of plaque, and there's only so much of floss and a rinse would do, because you want your teeth to be protected as well. So having a natural alternative, I mean, that's good stuff right there.
Yes, it definitely works. The plaque buildup is so minimal with
Mm-hmm.
coconut oil. Something you go the whole day after you brush your teeth in the morning, right? You don't always have to use the charcoal, but you could use the charcoal. You see, there's a lot of people. Okay, sometimes when you eat curry, it stains your teeth. You put some
True.
charcoal and some coconut oil together, and you brush your teeth, and you will not believe that you just ate curry.
Mm,
That yeast that is built up on the tongue, that whiteness that builds up on the tongue,
mm.
that's yeast in the body that builds up there. That's bacteria. After you scrub
So
your
how
tongue with the coconut oil, you will not believe how clean and fresh your mouth will be. A good thing to add with the
so how
coconut oil.
much years you have been as a
Say again.
alternative to toothpaste? How long have you been using it as an alternative to toothpaste for
Approximately
yourself?
2 months.
2 months. And you have seen
Yeah,
a
approximately.
dramatic
A
improvement and
big,
difference,
big
right?
difference. Big difference.
All right.
And all I
Nice.
use, all I use with the coconut oil, like for those who like the minty taste of like toothpaste, because all toothpaste are technically minty and all mouth products are minty, I put eucalyptus oil in my coconut oil and some peppermint.
Oh, okay. So you could personalize it as well.
I
You
was
could
just about to
personalize it
ask
as well.
about the. I was just about to ask about using peppermint and stuff like that.
Yes,
And you could,
yes.
yeah.
You could personalize it. Like one of the things you could put in it as a herb, as something to use, like I was explaining to Marsha before you came on, was myrrh, frank and myrrh, the herb. You grind that to dust
Yeah, I
and you
was
make
saying
a
all the
paste with that. Oh, you're here.
writing.
Okay, okay.
Hmm. First time I'm
Sure.
hearing about that, the Frank and Mur. First time
Yeah,
I'm
they're
hearing about that.
very, very antimicrobial.
If you could probably share that on the wellness chat on Facebook, or like
I
the
do not know how
combination.
to do
Yeah.
that. Oh,
Oh,
yes, I could share it probably as a comment or something, but I wouldn't know how to keep it there so people could see it.
yeah. Or you could probably
You
send it
could
to me and I'll
post in the
probably
group
share.
itself.
Yeah, yeah. You could.
Say again?
You could post it in the group itself. The group where
Oh,
I'll send you the link to the group.
We'll send you the link
okay.
of the picture.
I
Yeah.
see in a private chat here where I could text you. I could do that.
Um, I never really use this chat. It have the private chat, but we
No,
don't
normally it's
really
just be
use it.
me and Daniel. Normally it's just be me and Daniel.
Yeah. So we will
so
work
if
it out, man. We'll work it out.
so if people want to get in contact with you, you could give them your information.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Or you could just call them and or tell them.
You put a comment
I
it
mean,
in
I'm sure you have a contact number. No?
can I put your number up on the caption for the
Yes,
live?
yes,
Okay,
yes, you
I'll give you
can.
a
That's what
contact.
I'm here for.
Good
Great.
night, Timbag Bonetier. Hi, another loyal supporter of ours.
Yeah, so that's as far as coconut oil is very, very good. Very, very good stuff. Is there
Daniel,
any?
go ahead.
Hi.
I was gonna ask you, Vanessa, is she gonna come on or?
No, we didn't get her. I don't know if she will be on with us next week, but
Mhm.
I we, she have an emergency,
Okay, no
right?
problem.
So hopefully next week. Yeah.
Any questions from anyone in the chat? If there's any, we could talk about.
Um,
By the
I
way,
have
I
another
think
question. Yeah, okay, fine.
we could also take one or two calls if anyone want to call in and have a talk with Marsha and Jamali, right? I think we open for that as well.
Yeah,
I
sure.
have another question, Jamali. Coconut oil. Normally when you buy it, it's really, really clear, right? And after a period
Yes,
of time, the color changes, right? I think,
yes,
yeah, the color changes. It get a bit more yellow, I believe, right?
Okay,
So
so what
how
happens
can
there?
you store it? Yeah.
Storage. Storage is essential for coconut oil, though virgin oil, because of using that the heating process, you would find that virgin oil would last around 5 years
Right.
shelf life, whereas
With
cold press
all
oil,
the vitamins, as I mean, like
yes,
with all the
yes,
nourishment as it was
yes,
originally
yes,
made,
yes,
like that.
yes,
5 years.
5 years, right? About
I
four
did
to
not know
five
that.
years is the amount of time virgin coconut oil should last you shelf life if you have it for that period of time. Cold press oil, on the other hand, because it is not used via the heating process as virgin oil, the approximate value shelf life would be around 2 years,
Yes.
right? And you don't want to dip your finger in coconut oil or put spoons in coconut oil. You're better off throwing the coconut oil out from whatever container you have it in.
And why is that?
Okay, so coconut oil is very prone to bacteria. Very, very prone to bacteria. Other oils are not, but coconut oil is one of those oils you have to be bacteria friendly and very careful with.
So you said storage is very, very important.
Yes, storage is important. It's the same way when you have essential oils for making products, you have to keep it in a dark amber bottle and keep it away from sunlight because oxidation is something that happens to oils over time. Coconut oil oxidizes over a period of time as well. So something like,
I glad.
say again? Sorry.
Good. Good. When you finish.
Okay, so like eucalyptus oil. They sell eucalyptus oil in a dark amber bottle or clove oil, but you would find if you put that oil out in the sun or you have it in a place where there's a lot of warmth and a lot of sunlight glaring at it, you would find the constituents in the oil would break down very quickly.
Okay, okay.
So it
I did not know
oxidizes
that.
very
It
quickly.
oxidizes just like beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm
the
glad
beer
you
tends to
spoke
get
about
bitter.
storage.
Yeah.
Say
I'm glad
again?
you spoke about storage because when
Yes.
I made my coconut oil at home, it eventually started to get mold. And it's not that I had it
Yes.
in anything that had any water. It didn't get contact with water or
I'll,
anything like
I'll
that.
tell
But
you what
I
happened to
guess,
yours because that happened to me in the beginning of my making coconut oil. What happened at that time? Your bottle, you didn't see it, but your bottle had some water in it.
okay,
Some water that didn't wash out and that bacteria stayed there and
yeah,
that created the mold. It
Like you
started
said, it
getting
was
green.
easy to get bacteria.
okay.
Yes, it started to get green. I was
Yeah.
frightened. I was like, what is this?
So, Jamali, when someone say places an order that you're interested in, I mean, well, I contact you via WhatsApp because of Daniel. But say if someone on the show or someone who saw the program wants to get in touch with you, other than your contact number, like, do you deliver for them, or you have to come collect it, or do you have a
They could come
place?
collect. I deliver within reason.
Right. Okay. Okay. So they could contact you and then you will like deliver within reason. Of course, if it's within the area, yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, they
But
come
they
to
could
collect.
contact me. They could contact me directly through my Facebook.
Okay.
Right, is not a problem. And they could contact me from my number as well, which I think is somewhere up wherever. I don't know if Daniel
Yeah,
has it
but
up somewhere.
we could also post it on the wellness program because when we do a show sometimes I like to post things from what we spoke about to kind of just reimburse it now. So we
Yes.
could put your
Yes.
contact if it's okay
Yeah,
tomorrow
I
sure.
when we
already uploaded up in the contact, so anybody who watching this, they will see his contact in the caption, and
mhm,
also I will drop it in the comment section. And
as well.
then when we post again on the group, we will
Mhm.
always add his contact again, so people will be able to reach him.
Okay, someone just asked a question here from YouTube. Tim Bags Bonter. He asks,
Mhm.
his question is it better to keep in glass or plastic bottles? Now that question is rather important because plastic contains something called bisphenol A, BPA, right? Some bottles you would see it marked BPA free. And here goes the unpopular opinions to the world, but this is what it is. And you could research this if you feel like. Bisphenol A is a substance in plastic that they put in plastic that when you drink from it, or you ever see a bottle of water stay in the sun too long and the water get yellow?
Mm.
Not yellow, but I
Mhm.
see it get a little different
It changed color,
in
yeah?
color. Probably it wasn't
Right,
long enough to turn yellow.
That's in plastic,
right.
right? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
plastic, yes. Right? So bisphenol A acts as estrogen in the male's body.
Mhm.
So that's why I always try to tell people get as much glass as you can, whether it's storage for food, whether it's storage for water, because the bisphenol A starts leaking out in the water and whatever other chemicals they have. So to answer
Listen,
Tim Bag's Bonte question, it's better to keep in glass, like how I have mine here. It's in glass
it's more
as well.
sterile as well. Yeah, glass is more
Yes,
sterile. Because
it's
even
more
when you go to
sterile
the
Talk
than
about
clinic
glass.
and you have to get medication, you have to bring glass bottles as well. To the clinics now,
Exactly.
they don't accept the plastic bottles.
Mm-hmm.
no matter
What did you
where
say?
I go,
Yeah.
no matter where I go, if I am to ask for some water, I always ask for it from the pipe. Even though I know the pipe water is not the very best, but I
Yeah.
just prefer that than bottled water. If I
Me
am
too.
somewhere
I
where I
drink
have
from the
no
pipe
other
too.
choice, no,
Yeah,
if I have
me
no other
too.
choice and I just have that bottled water to get me hydrated, I will take it. Other
I
than
wish I
that, give
could
me
give
a pipe
some
water.
more comments, man. I don't know if people have
Pardon me?
questions they ask. I say I wish I could have seen more of the comments.
Oh. Well, Luke Bitton, that's my son. Josh Summary, that's my son. And Penny George, well, she's a number one supporter as well as Daniel's wife. They are the number one supporters. Every show, they're
Right.
always there. They ask little questions. They just show their support, and that in itself goes a long way.
Sometimes after the show, I see comments coming in, like if someone watching it, like probably the next day
After,
or
Yeah.
yeah.
later on, and
Mhm.
they comment as if they think we see in the comment immediately.
Mm.
So is
But I definitely like that
what other health
charcoal and
related questions could we get into? Like what other conversation? We have time on here, so I don't know how much time you all have on it, but just asking.
I always have time once Marsha, I know Marsha does have a time with children and stuff like that.
yeah,
And
I have
Yeah.
if
homework.
we have time, I enjoy listening to both of
Yeah.
you on this topic. I
So
really
we'll
enjoy
have to
it
have
because I
Jamal
learned
here
a lot.
again.
Yeah,
Jamal,
sure.
we'll have to have you here again on any topics,
I
I
am
guess, because
I'm actually
man,
surprised by some of the things he said because I just didn't know.
me
I
too.
had
I
no
really
knowledge
didn't
of
know.
some of it.
You learn something new every day.
I can actually
Mm.
tell you some of the things coconut oil good for, but he really take it out of the box. Yes,
Yes.
you take it out of the box. Really,
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I spend a lot of
I
time doing my work.
It seems like you sound very efficient with information. You ask someone a question about their product. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't take time to learn your product and research and everything, but once you do something that you love, it is very easy to answer because it is part of you as well. So I see, plenty of people make coconut oil, right? Understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you would ask them certain questions, and I would ask someone like, "How is coconut oil good for hair?" Or what does it contribute, for your hair? And they would just be like, it's real good for hair. My grandmother used to use it and she used to have long, long hair. So
Yeah.
it's real good for hair. And that's the type of answers you would get. I'm not saying it's not correct, but I'm saying the way you said it to me, I understood, hey, it's very, very beneficial for my hair. And I told
Yes.
you I wanted an alternative to toothpaste because of the fluoride and the whole, toothpaste thing as well.
Yes.
So you know what I mean.
Yes, I
But I'd
definitely
like
do.
to have you here for other conversations, like when we have Daniel, like about frequency and energy and chakras and everything. Yeah, and
Oh,
like chakras and everything. If you're interested in that, we could have talks about that as well.
that's not a problem. I'm always up for a good conversation. I like good conversations. It's very stimulating and it keeps the brain running and these things motivate me into continuing in herbology and naturopathy because recently I have found a deeper passion for it, a deeper reasoning to continue building and burning that passion because I'm tired of my loved ones around me always sick, who have diabetes, who just got their foot cut off, who always having headaches, who's constipated, whose foot is swelling, all these kinds of things. And you're always hearing about somebody sick, somebody sick, somebody sick. And because you're at a certain level in the profession and learning about it, there's only so far you could do at a particular time.
I agree.
And that helps me right now. That thought helps me burn that fire even more into learning more and learning more and learning more and learning more and reading and reading and reading and learning more. And that keeps me going. Because I don't
You
want
have a
at a
response.
certain point. Say again?
You have a response on the screen from Tim Bags. I was just pointing it out to you. But you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Oh, you now understand. Okay, good. Yeah. And that is my my recent founding in myself where the passion for herbology and naturopathy is concerned.
As long as I think we continue to evolve every day in a positive, forward manner, backward never, forward ever kind of vibe. I
Yeah.
believe we have one. It could be a small victory, as in you had your 8 glasses of water, simple as that. You did some stretches, you said some affirmations, you helped someone cross the
Yes.
road to me. It can be how small, as long as it is positive, it is a step in the right direction. And having people like you on board and Daniel on board, and all of us having the same objective, it's like you kind of would motivate more people, reach more hearts, reach more homes, and then people do not have to be dropping like flies all around us, whether it be
I
COVID, whether it be diabetes,
yeah.
and that kind of thing.
I always believe in creating your own karma, right? And that for me is very important because some people might say yes and they believe God would help and they would do this and God would do that for them. But I believe as humans, when you understand the energy, how it flows around you, how affirmations actually work for you, how writing down your goals actually work for you. When you see these things, you have a level of control in the universe. So I write all my things that I want to accomplish, whether it's about my personality, whether I believe I have a personality trait that I believe I need to change, or a goal that I need to set for myself, or things that I want, even just universally, I write it down and stick it up on my wall in my bedroom. So it's like an unspoken voice in the atmosphere that always there to renew that energy always over and over and over.
Well, we talk the same language, all three of us, frequency and energy. That's good. Because sometimes you sit down, you cannot have a conversation with somebody. You talking frequency and energy, them watching you like you just dropped down from somewhere else,
Yeah.
because they don't know what it is you're talking about.
I
There's a
call it
topic,
unpopular opinions.
yeah, that is like the
Yes, a
weirdos
topic
now.
yeah.
Good night to Ryan. Is it Madras as well? Good night. And Daniel, any idea on the topic for next week? Jamali, you have any opinions on what you think we should talk about next week?
Well, next, I think I will finally go in a direction that you have been trying to trigger for the longest while in terms of talking about my herbs and stuff like that. Right? But I
Yes.
wouldn't talk too much about the herbs itself. I will talk about my personal experience and how I end up in this herbs thing. Right? I'll talk
Oh,
about my
nice.
personal health situation and the health situation of my children that really caused this big thing to blow up called Sawick Herbal Health House.
Oh, nice.
That's very
Well, I
good,
look
man.
forward to that because Daniel, when I visited him, well, probably a year ago or something, he always had his plants growing, and he took good care of each and every one of them. All different plants coincided
If I could do
living.
that
And
now,
yeah, I know I saw the pictures and he just like triple up. What's it? Yeah,
Right.
he just triple up.
Yeah,
And it's
those
like,
plants
it's
are like
nice.
babies. You have to keep at them all the
Exactly.
time.
Exactly. Because,
I have a
we
few
need
of
to
my own
nourish
as
and
well.
things. Yeah, and you see, plants are important, right, for oxygen, like exchange. Besides that, they clean the atmosphere of any negative toxins, etc. And if people really research it, but like I say, it's easier to ask somebody their business rather than
Yes, so
Google,
definitely.
like something of how can I, what plants are good for lungs? What plants are good for kidneys? What can I use as an alternative for this or that? And it's simple, you're going to get your answer, but it's hard for us to do it. It was hard for me to do it at some point. Thank God for small mercies, I am out of the matrix. So, it's time to wake up somebody else. And topic that I want. Maybe you could join us on that when we have that topic, Jamali. Seeing that you have a good insight and a good head on your shoulder as well. Um, Life path numbers. I don't think
What's that?
a lot of people life path numbers
Oh,
and
like three three
numerology.
three, 222, that
Well,
kind of
those
stuff.
are yeah, those are master numbers. But your
Yeah.
life path number is calculated by your date of birth, and each person
Oh,
has a
that
yeah.
one.
Yeah, and each
Okay.
person has a specific life path number, right? And if you really read it, like I'm just saying, you see some people go to a pundit or a pastor, and if you're saying they would ask is, I just mean if you go to find out something about yourself, if they're saying they're gonna ask you, what spiritual guru, whatever, what is your date of birth? And by that, they're gonna tell you stuff about yourself. And you're gonna be like, oh
Yes.
my God, they are some kind of God, and they know this about, but no, you could do it for yourself. You calculate it, and you're gonna hear and know things about yourself, and you wouldn't believe because everything is written, right? So that's a topic I am pretty excited about because I know it's not a lot of people talking about that. Mr. Daniel?
I know I knows absolutely nothing about it. I am always open to discussion and learning because if
Yes.
we
Right.
don't if we don't learn, we will stay within a box. And
Of course, and we
I
are
ain't
out
not
of the box.
interested in staying in any.
We are out of the box. And what we could
That's
we
good.
could even have an interactive session where people could give us the database. I mean, that's not your social security number or anything, right? You understand what I'm saying? And I
Yes.
could probably just calculate it quickly, and you'll have a little fun. I could tell you a little bit about yourself the same way, and you could go Google it and find out about yourself. That's how easy it is. So maybe when we have that topic, Jamal, you'll come join us
Yeah, sure.
and share what you know as well. So I have
So,
homework to do, people, and I have tablets to make as well. As much as I have enjoyed this,
This was really
so
nice, though. Thank you all for having me. This was really, really
it
nice.
was it. It was
It
a
was nice
pleasure.
sharing the information, and for a while now, I've been kind of shy to put my face out there in that kind of way because I do speak a lot of unpopular opinions, even with the people around me about health. And when they hear certain things, people just be like, "What? I've known this particular thing for so many years, and you just say this in one sentence, and it's so unpopular, so uncommon, strange, so esoteric to the ears of people now." So I enjoyed it.
Yes, I enjoy it. Well, this is how me and Daniel normally conversate. Like I know Daniel, my daughter is 13, maybe 13, 14 years. And
Yeah.
this is how we normally talk. But it was very rare because not a lot of people could hold a conversation with me. Now I'm not feeling I'm better than anybody. I'm just saying I am not the person of the world to be sit down and talking about discussing COVID or discussing who buy who car and who get this job and what is in fashion. I just want to watch you like bar. I don't know what you're talking about. But if you start to talk about like things like you're talking about the benefits of coconut oil, Daniel, gonna let me know. Well, this plant reduces this plant could like bovine, like things like that. Now tell me exciting things like this plant could save your life. This plant could help you with COVID. Yeah, I am bored. I will
Well,
definitely
well,
conversate about
well,
that.
probably just a little teaser for the people, I guess, for next week conversation, seeing that it will be about Daniel and his herbs. Yesterday, day before yesterday, I got access to my neighbor's yard, and they have something. A lot of folks in the chat would know the plant by the name "Old Lady Jump Up and Kiss Me."
Yes.
Right, that plant when it when they touch it, it closes up. So as you touch it,
Yeah.
it closes up,
Yeah.
and I'm so fascinated by that plant because for years I've been cutting down that plant. I just passed when I was younger. I touch it and it closes up, and I'm fascinated the fact that the plant would actually close when you touch it. And now, after being into the naturopathy and the herbalism, you get to find out that the old people used to use that as an aphrodisiac for sexual
Oh,
issues,
really?
like health, yeah, and for to clean the blood as well.
Well, I use that together with sting and nettle, like if I need to flush out my kidneys and things, seed
Yeah,
under the
that
leaf,
definitely
sting and
works.
nettle, and that. Anything with the picker, and I drink that
Yeah.
and
The
flush
scientific,
out the kidneys.
the scientific
But I
name
did
for
not
that
know that though.
water close is
Mimosa
Mimosa
pudica.
pudica.
Yeah.
Say
Correct.
over that, Daniel.
Jamali know it
He
too.
was saying he was saying that the scientific name
Mm.
for the shy lady, well, I call it shy lady because that's another nickname for it, right? Is Mimosa pudica.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
that's the
First time that
scientific.
enter in my atmosphere.
Right. What I usually mix that plant with, I usually mix it with something called Damiana,
Mm.
right? And I
I don't
boil
know
it
of that
up.
plant either. Damian. It's
If
a
if
local
you
plant as well, right?
if you, it's a local plant, the minute you see it, you would know what it is.
Okay, okay.
And I mix that up, and I would put piece of day with it, some ginger, and probably if I get my hands on some monkey ladder, I'll be happy for that.
They call some names there. I have not heard that ever. But Daniel might be familiar with the
Oh,
No,
plant.
no, I'm not familiar with the last one he called. Probably if he mentioned another name, but the seed on the leaf you mentioned, Marsha, that is Philanthus nivuri. Sorry, Philanthus nivuri. And then some of that plant is tree you mentioned.
Yeah.
When
Or maybe Daniel,
when
you'll
Ali
share
spoke
your
about
book with us next week as well, a little in your book, your
yeah,
taxonomy
that
book.
that
yeah, we'll
plant is
talk
very
about
good.
it. But it's
Seed
that
on the
Right.
third
So
leaf.
one you
I use
mentioned.
that for prostate. I use that for
mm,
prostate.
the same
Well,
plant?
actually,
Seed on the leaf.
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
seed
yeah,
on the
yeah.
leaf is what have me alive right now.
Say
Wow.
again?
I'd like to hear you share that tomorrow,
The
next
seed
week,
on the leaf
Daniel.
have me alive right now.
Wow.
Well, I would love to
That
hear
and
that
wonder of
story,
the whole,
Daniel.
but I will talk
Yeah.
about that more next week.
Right.
Yes. They
Excellent.
needed a little teaser, so next week the chat room will be full, man.
And but they might not
But
be able to
apropos,
pronounce those names, Daniel.
we used to be on another platform, right? And well, we used to be streaming on my main account because we were not getting this stream to the page itself. So even though we have an official page, you have to pay. So we're on the free version here. And with the
Coconut
paid
oil
version
people.
now, we had to end up using my account and that get blocked off. So that's why we create this new platform and not much people familiar with it as yet. Right? But
Oh, okay, okay,
tonight
right,
we
right.
But
more
I like
about
it
me
though. It don't
and the
give no trouble.
oil.
I keep playing.
So, so I'm glad you're showing them the oil as a reminder because
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
I
You all
really,
get your
I
coconut
really,
oil from
Marsha, you
Brian
ever saw the
Marley.
photo? How clear that
Huh?
oil is? You ever saw
Yes,
the
I saw
photo?
it
It
looking
looks
Yes.
so
like
clear.
drinking water.
It's very
Yeah.
clear.
It looking like chill drinking water. I still have to go get my bottle, but probably sometime soon I'll be able to. I'll give you a call. So you all, if you need to get your fresh coconut oil, I'm gonna say coconut water, coconut oil, you can contact
Both cold press and
Jamali.
virgin. I have them
Right.
both.
At
For those
Oh,
who want
856
right.
for those who want oil to ingest.
I wanted you to tell the viewers the difference between the cold press and the.
Oh, okay. Sure. The I explained that a bit earlier, but I would get into a bit more depth as I mentioned the question now. The cold press is made using no heat at all. That's where you leave the copra. Some companies or some people who manufacture coconut oil actually they leave the coconut. They take the copra out from the shell and they leave it out in the sun for a long time until the milk in the coconut dries up. Have you ever opened a coconut? You crack open a coconut and the inside it's shaking, a dry one. It's not shaking with water, it's shaking, you're just hearing something like something running around inside of there. And when you open it and you cut it, it's not white, there's no water, it's just looking like oil. They leave it to get like that and they use a press and they press that oil out from that. And that's where you get the cold press oil from because there's no um, extra work going inside besides that. So that oil maintains all its properties. Now, the refined oil is the one you get in like the groceries. That one they would put up for cooking, and that one is bleached and refined through washing it through clays. A lot of clay layers they wash it through there, right? So that one don't particularly have any benefits for you, because it's bleached, deodorized, and refined. You want to drink the virgin or the cold press, but the virgin more you would want to use that for your hair, your skin. If you're making products like I make soaps and I use my coconut oil to make soaps. These are one of my soaps here,
We need to exchange. I make soaps too.
right? This is a yogurt soap,
Oh, put it closer, put it closer. It's looking like something to eat.
right? This is yogurt soap, and I have um this soap here is 100% coconut.
Wow.
This
What's
one
the
works
cost of
really,
that,
really good.
Jamali?
Oh, my soaps, yogurt soaps are like $50. The coconut soaps are like $40.
Right. And how long, I mean, roughly does a bar last? Roughly.
Well, because it's a an shush, because it's a natural bar, you would find that the soap don't last as long as a store-bought bar, but it does last some time. Um, I can't give you a direct time as to how long it lasts, but it just don't last as
It
long as
doesn't
a
melt away
commercial.
like Dove soup. That's what I mean. It doesn't melt away like Dove soup.
No, it doesn't. It depends on the mixture of the soap that you do. So okay, so one soap that melts away quickly, rather quickly, is 100% coconut. But that's if you leave it soaking in the water after you beat. If you
Right,
drain it
right,
out, it
right.
lasts a bit longer. But the coconut oil soap, this bar here, is for people who more have like oily skin, because the
Mhm.
coconut people some people find the coconut soaps are very drying, but that's because of its cleansing properties. Coconut oil is not a drying substance. It's a very cleansing substance.
Okay.
So
I
it's
did
for
not know that. I would
some
think a coconut oil would be
second.
having skin a little, like I would have thought a coconut oil soap would have its skin a little more oily, seeing that it is, no, like a oil.
No, soap on the whole is to clean your skin. That's what soap is for.
Okay.
But you could make different mixtures. Okay, so like this one, oily people for people who have oily skin, this soap works really really good, like really good. But the yogurt soap, right? There's olive oil in here, and there's the yogurt in here. Would find this soap would not take off, and I put a higher percentage of the olive oil inside of there, so that even the some people use 100% olive oil soap for babies, because it's very 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 gentle on the skin.
Nice. Well,
Whereas
if
the
you could
coconut
ask
soap
a
would be on
question,
the other
because
side.
I would think I thought you was only having coconut oils alone. I didn't know you have soaps
No,
and stuff too.
these are one of my oils that I make for hair as well.
And
This
holding back
has
on me.
You understand? In the end, then he show
He's
he
holding
pulling
back.
out his little trinkets and things.
well, it's good. That will give us a few more shows.
For real, I think I don't think it would cover in one show. I think we need to invite you a couple
yeah,
more times.
this is
And
a
probably
hair
every
oil
time
that
we
I
invite you,
make.
you might have more.
This has
What color is that?
this is a hair oil that I make to grow hair, help with dandruff, keep the hair
Your volume
moisturized.
drop.
This has. You hearing me better?
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
better
I'm
now.
hearing
Yeah. This has like 10 herbs in it, 10 different herbs in it, and about four, five or six different oils in it. Onion
you. How do
oil,
you sell
aloe
that?
vera oil. I
How do you
haven't
sell that?
started selling it particularly yet, right? But the bottles that would come in would be like those tincture size drop bottles, but a little bigger. I don't know
Yeah.
how much grams or ml they are, but they would be like 120, between 120 and 150 if so much.
As you said, it's a lot of essential oils with it. But then that would last a very long while too, right?
It does, because I actually have some in my hair right now, but this was from since like yesterday,
Mm.
and I just all I have to do when I wake up in the morning is pass a comb, and you swear I have oil in my hair.
I still have one in my hair
Because,
from probably 2 days ago.
right, and it keeps the hair very very hydrated. It's very very hydrated.
Oh yeah, Tanya
Yes,
agreeing for the
yes.
topic for next week.
Um,
Guys, is support, why
Ryan
support?
Ryan Madras Ali. Yes, it have Mary J inside of there too. That's one of the components that I put in it. because it helps. You see the herbs I put in it, like horsetail, burdock root, neem. Um, what other herbs I put in? I put rosemary. I put thyme. All those herbs are cleansing herbs to the point of mucus in the scalp,
Yeah.
right? So
Because
it
here
helps
I
with
kind
that,
of
and it
know
also
that
helps stimulates the growth. Say again?
they said that time now. You said time. You said time is also good for respiratory infections now. So time, I didn't know that about
Yes.
time. So as you said that, I
Yes,
remember
it's
that I
very
did a little
good.
research on that as well. Yeah. Well, good stuff,
But like you say,
Jamali.
let's keep
Oh
that for
yeah.
next week.
Oh gosh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So next week we have some topics to discuss. So all right, and then maybe the following week we can do live parts, and then we can have you join us, and you could share what you know
Yeah,
about it,
sure.
what you know
That wouldn't
about
be a problem.
numerology, because all those things used to be taboo. Like don't do this, don't do this. Bad stuff gonna have zombie spirit, this, that, 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 and we just stayed away, not knowing that these were the keys to unlock the things that we needed to know. Right. So
Definitely.
it was a pleasure having you here, Jamali. I have homework with
Thank
these
you very
kids to
much.
do. Yeah. I have homework
It was a
and
pleasure being here. Enjoy myself.
nice. So we'll see you sometime again. And Daniel, well, always a pleasure. You give me a call sometime. I still have my 8 moringa trees to come collect. Christmas gift.
Yeah, yes. Watch now. Hmm. Come on, collect your plants.
Yeah, you understand? They may be
Because I
grow the
promising to
thing
do it
by
and I
now.
can't reach as yet.
Okay. No, you never promised. If you promise, I might keep your test, but you didn't promise.
Well, I did say I would have tried and done it.
No, but I mean, it's cool. I'll reach down point, man. I'll reach down point. I have to see you and Penny them sometime. I'll reach down.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
next week,
see Penny
Daniel, you
put
have
in
the
the comments
spotlight,
that
huh?
she wants some. Penny put in the comments she won the products from Jamali, so I might have
Yes,
to find
Hydrate.
myself out
Yeah,
anyhow.
you might have to reach out by him. Yeah. So if you're reaching out
Well,
by
she
him, you can
might
reach
quicker
out
reach
by
me
me, huh?
because she might quicker reach up there because yeah, how Penny is. And she realized I sticking. Before you know it, she done gone and get she thing. She don't play. So she might quicker reach by
Well,
Jamali and get them thing.
Penny, when you go in for coconut
Yeah,
oil,
she don't
stop
play.
and
She
drop
don't play.
off my moringa plants, please. Thanks. Right up the road. Thanks.
All right,
All
you all.
right.
Good
Well,
night.
I want thing.
have a good night. Have a blessed night, everyone. Take care
Yes,
You
until
have a
next
good
week.
night.
good night to both of you.
All right. Take care.
Good night to all the viewers.